good morning. It is 20 minutes after 9 o'clock. And joining us in studio this morning from the Roswell Community Little Theater, we have Denise Samuels back with us.
Hello.
Tricia Hart as well.
Hello.
And then Chris Wipperman is just kind of hanging out in the corner like a wallflower here. So
we're not giving him a microphone.
He speaks enough on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, right? Well, good morning, everybody. How y'all doing today?
Good. Thanks for having us on.
Good. And I will say this. I saw the play Saturday night, which is called Four Old Broads, if you guys haven't heard. I don't know how you're not. We've been pretty much talking pretty fast and furious about it for the last month or so. But you've got one more weekend if you haven't had a chance to see it yet, or you saw it last week and you're like, it was funny, I'm going to bring some friends.
Yes.
Come out for this next weekend, which I highly recommend you do. If drag your friends that didn't go with you last weekend, bring them this weekend and come see it. It's called Four Old Broads. There's a Friday night show, a Saturday night show, and a Sunday afternoon show. The Friday, Saturday night shows are at 7:30 p.m.
Yes.
Then the Sunday matinees at 2:30. You can get advance tickets right now at roswelltheater.com.
Right.
Make sure you spell theater like live theater, Theatre.
Right.
And get tickets. Or if you're just a guy that forgets everything and waits till the last minute, you can show right up at the door and they'll get you in. No problem. But I'm just saying, y'all been having pretty full audiences this last weekend.
I got to tell you, we broke some records with our attendance this weekend, last weekend. It was amazing. Opening night, we had 106 people.
Nice.
That was just phenomenal.
Good.
And the cast they turned it on because we feed off the laughter,
I would imagine.
you know?
and Tricia, your character, what's your character's name? I can bad at names.
Beatrice.
But she's one of the Four Old Broads.
That's right. She's the ringleader of the Four Old Broads.
I'm the sassy retired burlesque dancer.
Yes. Well, they're all a little sassy. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, the sass factor is 7.
Sass is strong.
Yes.
And but yeah, it's a real fun play. And I'm glad to see and I know Saturday night when I went, I don't know the numbers, but there wasn't a lot of empty seats that night either.
Saturday we had 82.
Okay.
And then Sunday matinee, which usually Sundays are our smaller shows, the matinee. We had 92
wow,
there
so you had a
on
big
Sunday.
Crowd there too.
It was so exciting. 280 total for the weekend.
That's
so
perfect.
I'm
a record breaker for an opening weekend.
That's awesome. Good
I
for
am
you guys.
so elated.
happy
We had to order more inserts for the programs. Boy, I was just so happy.
These are great problems to have, aren't they?
Yes, and
Great.
like you were saying, I've heard a lot of people, like one of my friends from work, Christy, she and her family came opening night, and her mom enjoyed it so much she brought her friend back Saturday night to see it.
And here's the fun thing. Even if you saw it this past week, it's live theater.
Right.
Every single show is different.
I mean, little bit, yeah.
It's live theater. Things happen.
Right.
A line gets missed here, or a misstep on a thing, or a picture falls off a wall. Or, you know what I mean?
Yeah, been there. Been there,
done that.
Things happen. And live theater, you can't just not do something about that. That's part of the theater, I mean, if you're out there on stage and a picture falls off the wall and you just act like that didn't happen, the audience is like, most people are like, what the heck was that? I mean, that's
right.
That's what, and
my favorite ad lib. Turn it up. I can't hear it.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Yeah. So I'm curious. I saw Saturday, and I'm not going to, but. How much ad-libbing was done? Because I couldn't tell. I wouldn't know if it was at all. But was it pretty spot on, or was there a few?
I think it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
I never noticed not one little. If there was any missings or anything, none of it I noticed.
We're not professionals, but we like to think we are.
Oh, I would say you are.
I would say
seasoned actors.
The only thing that doesn't make you guys professionals is the fact that no one gives you a paycheck for this. I think other than that, the skill set and the time and the effort that you guys do is right there with the people that get paid for a living to do this, I believe.
Flattery will get him everywhere.
Thank you, Mike.
Because you guys, I mean, what you guys do up there, not everybody can do that. You know what I mean? And not everybody, and the sheer dialogues and things that you guys have to know, that's impressive. And you can't just be an amateur and pull that off. You know what I'm saying? It takes skills. It takes time. It takes practice. It takes dedication. That's the other thing. I mean, you guys see, basically the public sees you guys do on average of 9 hours of show a week. There there's probably hundreds of hours behind that just to give you those 9 hours of presentation between the 9 shows we do here, you know?
Absolutely, yes. We cast the play back in December and started rehearsals the 3rd of January, and at least 3 nights a week, 2 hours each rehearsal, and throwing in some extra ones there too. And of course they're running lines at home, you know, and it is a lot of work. And you know, as a director too, you have to start planning months out. Like, okay, what kind of props do I need? Like, what kind of set do I want? And so
it's not just show up, let's do a play.
Yeah, exactly.
And all right, we can't wing it.
That's called improv, and that's a whole other thing.
and to be honest, to do improv right, there ain't a lot. I mean, there may be winging it on stage, but nothing outside of that, nothing else is winged. It's all, you know, from the people you put. It's
absolutely yes.
Which, by the way, if you love that, there's more of that coming too with the Roswell community.
That's right. That's right.
Before we get into that, I don't want to go away from 4 Old Broads.
Yeah.
For I know we've talked about it here, but for folks that haven't seen it yet, give the storyline. Give what the story of 4 Old Broads is.
Okay, am I doing this? Or
you're doing this. You're the director.
I'm the director.
Direct. Okay. And go.
So I tell everybody it's very reminiscent of the Golden Girls.
On steroids.
On steroids? Okay.
A modern version, a little bit more modern version of the Golden Girls.
Right, because it's about, you know, their friendship, and it's funny, it's so hilarious, it's a little bit naughty, especially this Beatrice over here. She's the ringleader.
Yeah, I think Chris called it PG-13 the other day, and that's probably a good measuring stick for folks.
Absolutely, yes. But they live in this assisted living place called Magnolia Place, and Beatrice, Tricia's character, and another character, Edie, are best friends. They've been there a long time. And there's a new resident, Imogene, and she's having some issues with her memory. And, you know, they're trying to help her and make sure she's okay. And then the 4th Old Broad is Maud, and she's, I describe her as frumpy and grumpy. She just wants to plan her funeral and watch her soap operas.
Yes.
And
good news is she's passionate about the soap. Like, you know, she has passion just for them.
Right. Yes, indeed.
Alexia and Carlton, her world.
Yes, that's all she has anymore.
All she has.
But we won't give all that away. And then Chris plays Sam, and he's the Mr. Casanova at the assisted living and a retired Elvis impersonator.
The resident playboy of the Magnolia,
yes. Yes. And then we've got the 2 nurses, the mean nurse and the nice nurse. So the friends are trying to plan a cruise. They want to go on vacation. And then, you know, poor Imogene is having memory problems. And then there's this whole medicine debacle that they're trying to sort out.
Little mystery.
Little
espionage.
Yes. we got spying to do.
Yeah. All of that going on.
Who are we spying on? I don't know what's happening.
It really is a fun play. It's a lot of fun. And yeah, if you love like the comedy of the Golden Girls, or that style of kind of, you know, just just little thing begats a whole episode of other things. It's very much in that vein. It's a fun story. The cast, every one of the people on stage and off stage are funny and just, you know, they do a great job with it. The set looks good.
Thank you.
You guys you could tell there's a lot of time and effort into that set. It really looks like you're sitting in the lobby of a nursing home or a living assisted place. You know, you see the TV, you even got like the fire alarms on the walls, things that make it look that way.
Thank you for noticing that.
I noticed all your details.
It's the details.
It's all in the details. All in the details.
But that's so important for you guys, right? Because if you guys are trying to do, especially like this one's a little easier because it's like a modern times thing.
Right.
But if you guys are doing plays set in an older time period or something, and the set doesn't really match that, you lose the story a little bit. It's hard to follow the story and let your imagination wander when you're doing a World War II thing and it looks like you're standing in a living room from the 1990s. You know, it just looks different.
Right.
You know, and so you guys, I would say the set is as much a character as the cast sometimes. You know, is that
absolutely?
You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
So since you're new on the talking to us about this play here, how, you know, talk about your, you know, what got you here, what was, because I mean, like you said, we were talking dialogue. You have an incredible amount dialogue work in this play. I mean, how do you prepare for that? I mean, is it just reading and doing the thing, or do you have to sacrifice other aspects of the life there to get this done, and the kids and stuff like that, eat Pop-Tarts, things like
that. Cereal for dinner.
I mean, kind of, what was that experience for you?
Well, my husband's very supportive.
Good.
At times. Love that man. He will run lines with me. He'll cook dinner for himself when I'm not home, which usually consists of reheating leftovers.
Do you cook for you too? I mean,
he does. He'll save me some, so I'll have something to eat when I get home.
Very nice.
So the way I prepare is there is an app online that I download, and you can record everybody's lines, including yours.
Okay.
And then I'll listen to it at night while I'm sleeping, kind of, learning
little
lines by
osmosis,
right?
Did it help? I mean,
it does. It absolutely does help. And then I have friends come over. We do line learning parties.
Okay.
One of my friends who's kind of helping out in the lobby area, she's been over a lot helping. Dan, our stage manager, has helped me a lot. He and I work together outside of the theater.
Sure.
I call him my work husband. So I just do it every day.
Sure.
I run the lines every day.
And I imagine you and the rest of the cast, Chris is here with you. I mean, that helps too, because y'all feed off each other, and it helps you remember things.
Yes. Several of the castmates and I got together, and we'll run them outside of the theater, and that's helpful as well.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like what's the old saying, like, how do you eat an elephant one bite at a time? I imagine at the end of the day, it's a little of that. Yeah, you look at the big picture like, man, this is an insurmountable amount of work and things I got to do. But as you get into it, you do a little bit here, you get more comfortable. I would imagine now that you got a weekend of performances under your belt, it definitely feels like you've done it for real 3 times now. And
amazingly. They've done it amazingly.
And so I would imagine now it's the balance of remember what we do, but don't get overconfident. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Absolutely.
You're like, because the moment you get in automatic pilot mode is the moment everything gets screwed up. You know what I mean? So imagine maybe this weekend's a little bit, all right, we got to, do this like it's the first time we did it, do it, because comfort's a good thing, but comfort can be a bad thing too sometimes.
Yes, and it's still good to get those butterflies right before you go on.
Yeah, that fuels that desire to do that performance spot on.
I have a little ritual I do every time right before we go on stage.
Yes,
okay.
Same.
All right, now we're
channeling my energy.
That's right.
All right, now we're getting into ritual stuff and superstitions. So
it's like baseball players that don't wash their socks when they're on a winning streak. Okay,
it's the
I
theater
do wash
similar.
my clothes though.
Right,
that's not part of my
thing
ritual.
is that you're not wearing those socks now. Well, I used to play hockey when I was younger.
So you get it.
I did the same thing. I was a goalie to boot. They're just straight up nuts. That's what they are. But yeah, I had to put on my leg pads a certain way. Like when I went out to the goal, my hockey stick, I had to hit the goalposts a certain way. Like I had a boom, boom, boom. Like it was a whole ritual. And if I did that wrong,
thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I got a hint. I'm like not full blown OCD. I got little lapses of moments.
I think we relate to that, don't we?
Yeah.
Maybe?
Somewhat.
Did I call you out? I'm sorry. I didn't mean that.
I'm selective OCD. Like certain moments it comes in, and others something doesn't bother. Some moments I look at, like, I don't care.
Right.
Other moments I'm like, I want to pull my teeth out with this thing. Anyway, so but yeah, I get that ritual. So I'm curious, what's family friendly here? But I mean, it's I mean, what do you got to have happen to make the performance go good? I'm curious. And I got to know all y'all said it. I do too.
Oh man!
I'm putting all y'all on the spot.
What?
I want to know.
Man!
I shared.
Go
mine.
ahead. Go ahead.
So I'll stand there, plant my feet, and just start swinging my hands back and forth like I'm running in place, but my feet aren't moving.
Okay, I got you.
And then I just start making my arms get wider and wider and wider until I'm like full blown helicopter mode.
I get you.
And then I'll start moving back and forth.
To be honest, I get it. That makes sense
it's just
to me.
channeling my energy.
You're kind of waking the body up. You're putting yourself in that mode, and you're saying, okay, I'm going to put Trish down for a little bit here and be this character for the next 2 hours, and I get that. I understand that completely.
And then I got to go by and do the fist bumps or high fives with everybody.
That's right.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we do break a leg.
Yes.
We do the break
I've
been a part of that. I've been a part of that.
That's right, Mr.
Yes.
Grinch.
Mr.
You
Grinch,
have.
I've
Yes.
participated in a break a leg or two.
That's right.
So, all right, Denise, now what's your... Now, is it the same as a director versus an actor, or is it different?
It's different.
Okay.
So, as an actor, Gina, she plays the mean nurse in our play.
Yes.
She and I have been in a lot of plays together. We both started at the same time in Small Talk, which was the first play at our new building.
I got you. Okay.
And so we've been in numerous plays over the last 10 years. And so we have a little thing that we do each time before we go on, and we just like pump each other up, and then and off we go.
So it's kind of like a little mantra or kind of like a high five, you know what I mean?
It's a whole thing.
Yeah, okay.
And people who haven't seen us do it before are like, "What are they doing?" I'm like, "No, it's just we have to do it. Just never mind." And then like if I'm going on, kind of like what Tricia said, I'll stand backstage before I'm supposed to go on, and I just kind of like, like deep breath and like shake it out, and then go.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, as a director, opening night, I just like run around worrying.
Gotcha.
That's my ritual.
Scrambling, getting up in everybody's business. And
I'm like, are we good? Are we good? Are we okay? Is everybody good? Is everybody here? Has everybody had makeup? Are we okay? You got your costumes? You got your props? Yeah.
I would imagine, because at the end of the day, I mean, once the play starts, you just got to sit back and watch and hope everything works out. I mean, there's
really nothing I can do.
But as director, the show's on. Your job is done. It's just a matter of watching it and doing. Because I noticed I saw Kurt and Kirk back there behind me watching the show. And,
yes.
And they were laughing just as loud as I was.
That's right. And we've seen it many times, and it's still funny. It is still funny. But yeah, Kirk and I will sit back there, and there was I'm going to tell on y'all. There was one incident. Was it Sunday or Saturday? I can't remember.
I'm not sure which incident you are referring to, ma'am.
I not know of which you speak.
There might be multiple incidents.
Okay. Well, Tricia said one line, and it was...
Oh, yes.
Oh, we know. Now we know, see? And that was a cue line for Chris's character to come out.
Okay.
But we were like a page and a half early for that line.
Oh, okay.
And so, as Kirk and I are sitting in the back when something like that happens, we go, and like, oh,
right.
What are we going to do?
Things start clenching.
Yes.
Yes, I get that.
And we're like, and so Chris walks out because he hears his cue line. So here he comes, shuffling out, little old man, and he stops. And Tricia realizes, oh, no, we have to do this. So she goes back.
I ignored him completely.
Yes.
Nice. And it
didn't even look at him.
Which that sounds about right, get ignored. Yeah.
And then Chris was so great. He totally played it off. He like looked around and was like, meh, and turns around and walks back out. We were all like, whew, okay, we're good.
Welcome to live theater.
Right?
Exactly.
But you know what? And that probably got some laughs and things that, that
right.
People just thought that was part of the performance.
Like,
and it was.
Poor little old man lost. He got to go.
Yeah. Well, that's beautiful. It's 4 old broads and an old dude. I mean, senility.
Right.
Anytime you screw up, just chalk it up to senility.
Stay in character, y'all. Just stay in character.
You don't know, just out of the blue. Where's my shoes? You're good to go.
That worked for
Actually, we're trying to remember a line. That's all part of the act.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, Chris, you're not off the hook either. What's your pre-show ritual?
So I have a couple weird ones. One of them is the day of the opening performance, I have to get to the theater way before everybody else. Like I usually go at like 3:00 in the afternoon and call time 6. I like to go to the theater when nobody's there. I go in, turn on all the lights, turn everything on, and then I just go in and lay down in the green room and try to take a little nap.
Okay.
And it's like my little calming thing. I put some music on. And
a moment of zen.
And then before I go on stage, I pace. That's my thing, is like I find a little spot about 10 foot where I can just walk back and forth, and I just pace back and forth and kind of like go over my scene in my head.
Let's say you're kind of replaying everything in your head as you're pacing.
Exactly. And that's kind of my thing, is that's my pacing ritual.
Sure.
Is what I do, is I just kind of, just walk back and forth really fast.
I get that, because I'm a pacer too a little bit when I'm about to do stuff. And it's not so much the pacing. I'm just in my zone, and it's the nervous energy, or I don't know what you would call it. It's just kind of your brain's in another place, and your body's like, I'll just do this till you come back to me here.
Right.
I get that. So, but folks, I really would love to see. Come on out this way. I'm telling you.
we have gotten some great reviews from audience members, because we line up in the lobby, and greet everybody after the show. And we've had people, I had a lady told me she hadn't laughed that hard in years. Friends of ours from the Carlsbad Theater came up this past weekend.
Yeah, I heard a little bit about that. You got some fellow actors.
Thespians.
Yes, fellow thespians, yes. And they complimented us. They said it was cast really well, that the timing was great, and that it was just hilarious. So,
do you get some jealous, like, community theater people from out of town come through from time to time? Because really, the Roswell Community Theater and that theater you have, that's a unique thing for a lot of community theaters. They don't have that.
We do have a great facility. Absolutely.
So I kind of wonder if they walk in, it's like, man, I wish we had something. Because I know, like, and I know this because I did the morning show in Artesia. They have the Ocotillo. It's a beautiful facility and everything, but it's not the community theaters. It's the Arts Council. There's shows that are going on all the time there, or was pre-COVID, but it's not just for the community little theater. So it's not theirs to store, to keep everything, where you guys have your own building and theater. And to be honest, if you ever get a chance, go do a tour back behind there. There's so, like, props, costumes. It's really a huge inventory of, it's probably, you could almost make it a little museum sometime, I bet. If you start rummaging through the stuff y'all got back there, you know what I mean?
Hidden treasures back there.
Yeah. And you guys just collect things, as you need them, because you never know. It might be some plays where, we need some stuff that looks like from the 30s, 40s. Well, we got it back here. Or we know a connection. Or we're going to have a military thing, so we need more uniforms and things like that. Oh, we got them back here. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's something a community theater not always have that ability, and you guys have that. And so I was just curious if, like, some of the other, like, I know you had Chris was telling me a group actually traveling out of town. Where were they from, Chris?
South Dakota.
South Dakota.
Yeah. And you were like, hey, we'll come see our play, and they loved it and everything. But I didn't know if they ever say, like, man, you guys have do you ever hear that kind of stuff, like facility and uniqueness of that?
Yes, our Carlsbad friends have told us, wow, this is a great facility, and we are very fortunate that we have that. Yeah. And as you said, jealousy, I don't think it jealousy so much.
Okay.
They, just like, wow, this is really great.
Sure.
And we've gone there to their building, and we appreciate,
Sure.
they've got a great stage and stuff.
Sure.
But yeah, we just want to support each other.
Absolutely. So, speaking of, it's awesome that they have this, but there's a lot of responsibility and obligation when you have things like that. So therefore, coming out, seeing the plays, and enjoying all this stuff, and this is why I'd love to have you come again. Right now, they're paying for a new roof. That roof of that facility needs to be replaced.
Yes.
The beauty of having your own place, you get to do what you want, but the beauty of having your own place, you got to pay for it too.
Right, you got to fix it all.
We have several fundraisers going on.
Yeah,
Yes.
and like, so we had the John Denver tribute just a couple weeks ago, the Swearingen and Kelly, the Sarman Garfunkel last fall. But all these shows you guys are going to and stuff, that money generated is going to help pay for a new roof there.
Absolutely.
Tonight we have the immersive dinner. It is sold out, so
Okay.
I can't really promote that, but
Gotcha, but
next immersive dinner will be Clue.
Okay.
But basically an immersive dinner, it's catered from a local restaurant. And
it's the night before.
It's usually the director picks the night. You get to have dinner on stage. The characters are still in, the cast is still in characters, and they'll serve you their meal. And
Do we want this cast to serve us food?
yes, it'll be funny.
Okay.
I mean,
just
they're
saying, I've seen it.
hilarious.
Sold out. Apparently people do.
I'm just saying they barely remember pills and things. I'm just saying, I don't know. You want
And
The nurses will be there.
right,
they're going to be on task. You need to be on task.
For some reason, I'm still required to social distance 6 feet from all females. I'm not sure why.
well, that would be your character, Mr. Casanova. Yes. But I think Elvis might be there at the dinner.
Okay.
Possibly.
Possibly.
Oh, y'all give him a bad rap. He's a pretty nice guy. Isn't
Oh,
he?
yeah, he is.
He's more patient than I would have been.
He must really love Imogen.
I'm thinking there's got to be love there. That's all I'm saying. But absolutely. So but speaking of Clue, I got you guys here. Auditions and everything are coming up for that, right? That's
Yes.
like right around the corner.
Yes, auditions for Clue will be March 7th and 8th. night.
Okay.
Is that, what do we know?
Tuesday.
That'd be Monday, Tuesday next week.
That's correct.
Yeah.
And it's 6 or 6:30. Do we know what?
Say 6 just to be safe.
Let's say 6.
Yeah, you get there early and you hang out for a little bit. You get to learn what the
Right,
communal theater
absolutely.
does. So.
Kathy Cook is the director for that play.
Okay.
So we're very excited.
And that's a pretty large cast, right, for that one? How many of you guys are going to need? Do you know off the top of your head? Or I know she does, I'm
Mike,
sure.
I direct 4 Old Broads.
I know you're right. But I'm just trying to think of
I
like
think it's 9.
the game Clue and all the Colonel Mustard, Professor Plum. I'm just trying to think. So it's a pretty big cast.
Yes, it would be a decent sized cast.
Yeah.
Yes.
But if you're interested, and I know, look for more. We'll talk more about that as we get to it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But if you're interested in becoming a part of the communal theater, want to help out, even if you're not necessarily ready to be on stage,
we always need
there's
help
so
backstage.
many opportunities.
Absolutely.
I know Angela would like to have other people know sound and lighting, so she doesn't be the one of the only few people that can do it.
That is my next project. Because that is one aspect I don't know very well, and so I want to try to figure out sound and light so that I can help with that too.
So if you love that kind of stuff, and you're like, well, I'm a little nervous about talking and singing, but I love technical or I love to create, then guess what? There's lots of roles for you
Absolutely.
here. Chris could probably use some help with the sets and things like that. Costuming is always.
They don't let me have the power tools, so.
So if you love doing that if you love building things, and your family's tired of you remodeling the thing for 37th time, come on down and we get to help you build sets, or even if you're just an organizer, wrangler, they always need help. Behind stage, helping with getting people in costume or getting people in their proper spots for placement. And it's a whole, I say this every time, but what you see on stage is kind of the calm in the storm. The real storm's behind there. People scurrying back and forth.
100%.
Jumping in and out of costume, getting in their places, making sure that they're set up for the next scene. That's kind of.
Yes. In fact, our bingo ladies, we're so thankful for them because they really add to that scene.
Yeah.
But then also they help our 4 Old Broads because you're right. They have quick changes.
Yeah.
And so they're back there helping them get in and out of costumes and be ready to go again.
Yeah.
So.
And contrary to popular belief, it's not like fake costumes, they're not all breakaway pants and all. You know what I mean?
No. There are real clothes.
It's not like those clothes you go to like Disney World to get your photo with and like old timey clothes or something.
No.
And it's that bib thing and then they put a coat on.
Okay, that is just asking for trouble if you'd wear that on stage. So we don't do that.
It's real costumes.
Yes.
And in some cases they got maybe a minute to get in and out of it into the next thing here.
Yes.
So they got to prepare for that. So if you love to get involved that way, that's all. Or even just help out like night of show, taking tickets, or helping out at the raffles or the
concession
area.
Absolutely.
All of those things are vital roles to the community little theater and being a part of that. And of course, becoming a member, I'm sure you have a great board, but always looking probably for new folks to come in. And, some people get tired of doing that after a while. And we need some new folks to come fill the voids when that happens. So if you're interested.
Yeah, and bring ideas. We're always up for new ideas.
And I hate to bring it up, but we are always looking for sponsors. Our theater, we are completely self-supported, so we are always looking for businesses, individuals who are willing to help out with shows. We are really lucky with this show. I'll let
say you guys had some great
Denise
support from community businesses on this one.
Absolutely. We went and talked with Anderson Bethany. They have been incredibly generous to us numerous times. We're so grateful for them. And given that one of our characters is so obsessed with planning her funeral, I thought, hey!
Right?
So we went and spoke with them and, did our little commercial that we put on Facebook with our character Maud and Anderson Bethany. And they were so great and, very generous. And Blair's Trading Post has been amazing to us as well.
They've helped you in a lot, quite a few times. Yeah.
They have, yes. They, will loan us furniture, set pieces.
They're a collector of things. And you guys are a collector of things too, but they have a lot of things that come through and go through. And so from time to time, you're like, hey, we need... I think like doors. Wasn't they help you out with doors in your last play? I mean, how many people have a bunch of doors lying around?
Honestly, right?
Yeah.
But I know when we were looking, to dress the set, which is, all the little details, Kirk and I went out there and we were hunting magnolia pictures, to hang up on the walls.
Something appropriate that look good.
Right?
Yeah.
And so, and they were just great to us out there. We got a few pictures, some swan pictures, and our magnolias and a table and a cart, and I think they really helped us out a lot.
Awesome.
And then also walker and wheelchair. They help with Sam's cane and some hose for the oxygen, for
Imogene.
You
guys need some medical equipment for the play, and no one had an oxygen tank or wheelchair or cane to lie around.
Hey, friends over here, you know, but
my oxygen tank.
The extra hose and the cane for Chris's character, we really appreciate the local support from different businesses. It really helps us out.
Yeah, and I know constantly there's business. Berkshire Hathaway is a constant helper of donating things and stuff like that. So they have some great businesses that are part of it. But if you'd like to help out, and you guys help out with them in advertising and things. But the real help is you guys, the sponsors coming in and supporting, because this really. And I'll tell you this. Because the community little theater, you know, we talk about these plays and things, but it really is so much more than that. The kids' arts program, the CAPS program, that's all part of this too. So it's as much education as it is entertainment. And we want, and so by you sponsoring these plays and all that, you're actually helping all that. You're helping, you know, bring more recognition to the CAPS program, allowing more for that to happen, so they can do that. Allow for more plays and more things to happen here. Fixing that roof so we can continue to do more plays and a lot of stuff. That building's also, you guys let churches, other groups, you know, do things in there too. So it's not just like it's just the community little theater that utilizes that building. There's some great organizations and things that you guys let also share that space with you.
Right, and we have also started partnering with a local artist here in town, Seglinda Shue, and she does a paint party once a month there in our lobby, and that's great, you know. And what was really great about that is we had our last one was this past Saturday in the afternoon, and so, you know, we were there, we were painting, and I was totally talking up, you know, hey, go get dinner, come back for 4 Old Broads. And we did. We had about 5 or 6 people from the paint party, never been to the theater before.
Nice.
Came to the play, and they loved it.
Did they get dinner first, or did they? No, bring me something?
No. Thankfully, my assistant director, my cast, they keep me fed. I appreciate y'all. Thank you.
When I've done the Santa's talent search a couple times, and food is usually not a problem. I walk back, there's like 80 pounds of food. The kids are going.
There's pizza, sandwiches.
And I look at it like, I'm all green. I can't eat that.
Well, you know, you don't want hungry actors.
That's true.
No.
This is true. This is very true. But, again, don't forget, everybody, this is the final weekend to go see 4 Old Broads. This Friday night and Saturday night, those are 7:30 p.m. performances, and then the 2:30 matinee this Sunday.
Yes.
Get advance tickets. That way you're guaranteed. You ain't got to worry about, we're going to have enough seats and all that. So to ease your mind of that, go to roswelltheater.com. Make sure you spell theater, Theatre. And then get your tickets there. And I would say hang out a little bit. Look and read about some of the upcoming things, the kids' arts program. Learn more about what the community little theater is all about. You'll find it through that website. And hopefully you're reading stuff you like and you say, you know what, I'd like to do some stuff with them too.
Yes.
Reach out and do that.
I will say our CAPS program is amazing. My daughter started with that when she was 6 years old, and she's very, you know, she's grown up in the theater, and she's actually working with Angela in Sound and Lights for this show.
So, because they learn all aspects of theater and things. And, and I know one of my other things I'm involved with is the Historical Society, and we've done a couple things with the CAPS program there.
Yes.
Graveside Manor is kind of the one of the CAPS program's one more publicly noted events that they do, but they do others. But that one's kind of one that the public knows about a little bit, and we've partnered with them to the Historical Society on very similar type events too. So yeah, it's great. The kids are there. The Strange family. That's the ones we kind of do.
Yes.
I'm not making a joke. Their name is Strange. Okay?
Right.
It's like, wow, that's kind of rude. Call them Strange. No, that's their name.
It's okay. It's all right.
They're well aware. Very good. Well, we're about out of time here. Is there anything we wanted to mention that we've skipped over?
We do have the big annual fundraiser coming up August 6th, which is Curtains Rising. Ticket prices are to be determined.
Okay.
But there'll be more information coming out about that shortly.
We got a little bit of time between now and then, so we'll get everybody in.
Hey, maybe we can come back.
Maybe.
Hey.
Think about it.
Love you too, Mike.
I'm pretty sure I'm going to see you multiple times between now and August. I'm thinking.
We would hope.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, we got Clue in between.
Yes.
I mean, that's kind of a big deal. And I've heard that you guys want to kind of take that to the streets a little bit and get the public involved in the community.
There's going to
and
be a
participating.
Clue game around town.
We'll give you a clue later.
Right. But
That was an awful pun. I could have done better than that. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
We still love you.
That's all right. You were right on the spot. It's okay.
That was in the neighborhood anyway. So, thank you guys. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you for having
Break
us.
a leg. Yes.
And,
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, and folks, get your tickets. Come on out. It's going to be a fun show. I guarantee.
Yes.
After you're done, you'll be like, "What a fun night we just had." Yeah, it's kind of that's what it's going to be like.
And laugh.
Yes.
Yeah,
We feed
enjoy
off on
yourselves.
that. Don't be afraid to laugh.
That's right.
There's enough stuff in this world to tick you off. Go do something that's fun right now. You know.
Yeah. One of the other people who came said she laughed through the whole show. So.
Yeah.
We had a snorter the other night. That was
Like
hard to
Right
stay in
up there in the
character.
front row, right? Snort laughing. It was great. It was
Loved
great.
it.
We
Loved
feed
it.
off of that. I mean,
I
when you're on
imagine.
stage, you hear that laughter. It really does. It makes you more.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I
Yes.
know you guys when you're up, and that's and I get that because I mean, well, you see what I do for a living, but yeah, when the audience is involved and digging what you're doing, yeah,
I have to tell
your
you.
head starts going. Yeah, it's great. Yeah.
Can I tell you something? Do we have time? Okay, so Maude comes out for one of her scenes, and she's in this really just great costume. I don't want to give anything away. She's in this great costume, and she walks out, hasn't even said anything yet, and everybody starts laughing. And it was open tonight, and she's kind of like, why are they laughing? I haven't said anything yet. And we tell her afterwards, because you were so adorable. They just, they just loved it.
It's
So-
just the what they're drinking in right now.
Right,
They see it
right.
and they're like,
So
what am I looking at?
it's great.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. Well, awesome. Thank you guys. We'll see you next time.
Yes,
And,
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having us on.
And thank you guys for doing what you do. I know you guys are doing it because you love it and have fun,
Yes.
but it really is a service to the community. It really is.